States.
The United States.
States. The United States. States. The United States.
The United States. The United States. President States. The United States. Mr. Security. President.
Security. President. United States. John Glenn. The United States. The United States. John Glenn. John. Mr. President. John Glenn. John Glenn. John.
President. John Glenn. John Glenn. President. John Glenn. Mr. President. Security. Homeland Security. Homeland Security. Homeland Security. Security. Homeland Security. Homeland Security. 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 Mr. President. Homeland Security. Homeland Security. United States. Security. John. Security. Homeland Security. Homeland Security. Homeland Security. 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 Homeland Security. 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 Homeland Security. Mr. President. Homeland Security. Homeland Security. Mr. President. Homeland Security.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President. The President. For security. The President. Security. The President.
The President. John Glenn. For President. John Glenn. John Glenn. John.
President. United States. John Glenn. The United States. The United States. John Glenn. John Glenn. Mr. President. John Glenn. John Glenn. John.
President. John Glenn. John. President. John Glenn.
President. John Glenn. John Glenn. John Glenn. John Glenn. John Glenn. Glenn. John Glenn. John. United States. John Glenn. John Glenn. John Glenn. John Glenn. President.
President. John Glenn. John Glenn. Mr. President.